So here are my sprinkles for my dress. They're made out of foam. Some of them, like this one, this is the color of the foam, but then I Mod Podge. I use fabric Mod Podge with some of this pink fabric and put it on top of here. And then I did the same thing, Mod Podging fabric on with this colored fabric onto these brown ones. To cut out the sprinkles, I cut a strip that's 1 inch and then drew a line every 1/4 inch, and then I cut it out and then round each corners. So all of this like took a couple of hours just to cut out. Yeah, didn't expect it to take that long, but it did. These brown ones are gonna go on the pink fabric. That's the only color sprinkles that it's gonna have. And then the white, yellow, black, and pink will go on the brown fabric. I put the sprinkles on the dress and I think it looks so cute. And then I put the button covers on the buttons. So I guess my 2 main pieces are done, but there's a ton of accessories. For the yellow cape, I put the jacket on and then I just measured from here to kind of where I wanted it to fall, which was like below my knees, and then I added about maybe like 2 inches just to have some extra playing room. And then so for the width, I went from side seam to side seam, and I did it a little bit more narrow since it's narrowest out here and then tapers down, and I want it to be able to, when I fold it up, it'll make it more, I'll show you. So here's the pattern. Like I said, I try to make it a little bit more narrow, because when you fold it down, it's going to be wider, and I wanted to fold down the top edge just before I sewed it on, just so it had a little bit more stability. I just basically drew that line of the length that I needed it to be, and I just did it folded in half, and you know, I drew a line at the top that was half of the measurement at the top, and then kind of freehanded this shape. It just doesn't have to be exact since the doll and the show and the box art are all different, so I was just kind of like, this general shape. And then I tried it on to see how wide I want it to be. So here is my piece that I have. On the top to seal it, I used fray check, and I was thinking about using fray check all around, but it kind of made it fray a little bit as I was using the fray check. I mean, of course, it'll stop, it won't fray anymore, and all I have to do is just trim that away. But I was like, oh, I don't feel like trimming anything away. And then I melted, I guess, all the rest of the edges. I was afraid when I got up here because spray check is flammable. I was like, no, don't set it on fire. It's risky when you do this. As you can see, it's not like a perfect straight edge anymore because it's just the flame is flickering. When you look at it far away, it looks fine. So I just used a candle, and then I just kind of put it close to the edge, and as you can see, it melts. Of course, like if you keep it there too long, it'll go to end. So here's what the inside of this looks like. It's folded over the other way. That's the folded under edge. And then, so it looks on the outside. Here, I'm just getting ready to cut my bangs. I like to gather it in the middle and then cut straight across. Now this will kind of give it a taper to the side look, like shorter in the middle and then taper down longer to the sides. And this is what I wanted since the wig is going to be in pigtails, and it'll cover up the sides of my hairline. And now I'm going in, getting the few little hairs that didn't quite get cut right. Here I am preparing my hair to be flat ironed. Now I flat ironed my hair on a low setting so that I wouldn't get it like super pinned straight. I wanted it to have like a loose wave look. So just doing a couple of passes on a low heat kind of helped me achieve that look. And here's what it looks like in pigtails. I have my phone wrapped up with plastic wrap. I shoot all my videos on my phone, but this one is not shot on my phone. So now I'm going to make a foam case out of 100% silicone and cornstarch, and I'm using my crafting pot. I don't cook any food in this pot. This is designated for like dyeing small things or stuff like this. So I suggest doing this outside. Now since it's dark and recording outside would not work out so well, I decided to put my respirator on and do it inside. For the frosting of my cupcakes, I'm mixing together some white caulk and some of this multi-surface paint. And I'm just mixing them here in this cup. I tried to use chalk pastels to color this, but since it was so smooth, it wasn't really catching. I probably could sand it, but I'm not going to worry about it. And then I also thought about painting it, but again, I'm not going to worry about it. Not my best work. It's a little bit different than using actual frosting, but I think it looks cute still. Here are the cupcakes that I finished decorating. All of these, the stuff on top are beads. I think kind of from a distance these look like pretzel salt. So I'm just like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't put those on there, but I think they still look cute. I'm going to probably put a doily down on here and then glue all of these down so they stay in place. Here is my phone case before I'm done painting it. I actually put just the silicone caulk on here and kind of smoothed it out with a bookmark because it was very lumpy and bumpy. You can kind of see how it is on here. I'll probably put some on top of here and try and smooth it out too. I don't know how well this will paint. I know this paints well, but we'll see how that works here. And I wanted to show you my mess ups. So when I was doing it, I was trying to mix in the brown, but that didn't go well. It just wasn't trying to mix in, and I had some trouble figuring it out. This is like a glove. But I think I was putting too much cornstarch in it, so it would get really stiff and set really fast. So I think that's what was happening. But it's such a tricky, you don't want it to be too sticky because then you can't really work with it and it won't hold together. But then you don't want to use too much cornstarch because this. So like her phone, I'm going to paint this part brown and this part pink. But I'm probably going to go over this with either some caulk or something else so it can look more like whipped cream. I just kind of did a base shape right here for the pink whipped cream or frosting, whatever. And then the rest of it just has to be painted, so shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm painting these on some nylons, stockings, whatever you call these things. I tried doing like body paint on my legs and that came out looking pretty nice. It doesn't take too long, but I thought I'd make these anyway because just wearing this at a convention and if I'm switching in between cosplays, it's just a pain to have to put it on any kind of body paint, even if it's a little bit. So I have just been painting this on here. So when I start, I kind of just do it in one swipe and it's very faded looking. So then I have to go in and just fill everything in.